I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money.
Next year, it would be cool to have a GTA playthrough. So, if this is the vibe we're getting, then that's maybe what we'll go with. All right. And then Suikoden 2, we can always play later on in the summer when we have some downtime. I'd be okay with that. What do you think? Did that sound good? Can we come to a general agreement, a consensus that GTA 4 with mods is probably the way to go? Why not GTA 5 with mods? We just played GTA 5. What was it, last year before? We just played it recently. All right. Unless someone can convince me otherwise, I think that's what we're going to go with. All right. Let's just focus on that. GTA 4 with mods sounds like a plan for starting up next week. Okay. All right. We got some initial shout outs to do. Then I want to very generally cover my thoughts on Death Stranding 2. I also want to talk about the Indivestance Day event. And then we're going to do reacting to the Capcom stuff from yesterday. That's the agenda for today. Okay. So let's do some shout outs. Okay. So first off, we start off with James Connor, who did a $5 super chat. Listen to this. This is absolutely hilarious. Remember when you only drank for Christmas? Yes. I remember when I only drank on stream for Christmas. That's correct. Now it's 2 to 3 times a week. No, it's not. Now it's 2 times a week max whenever I'm doing a driving game. American Truck Sim. And now we've added Taxi Life. And each night I'm drinking 2 White Claws. Okay. Your days off, that's not true. Not always drinking on my days off. I don't know where you got that impression. And every marathon. That is to some extent true. The amount that I drink during a marathon is determined by the amount of support I get. It's kind of a gimmick. When you say you only used to drink on Christmas, you're right, but that's also because we didn't do marathons. Now we do a marathon once a month, and it's a very special event, and people like it. So if it's working, why wouldn't you keep doing it, right? That can't be good for a recovering alcoholic. Okay. Allow me to explain something to you. There's no such thing as a recovering alcoholic, all right, when you're talking about someone who has told you about, 7 years ago, I was overly drinking and I was drinking almost all the time, every night, behind the scenes, awful stuff, mistreating my body, okay? Idiots say things like, well, if you're an alcoholic, you can never recover. Well, let me ask you a question. When you're an alcoholic, it means that you're completely dependent on the substance. Every day, you have an addiction. You want it. You crave it. You want it in your system. You feel better. You get those, endorphins or whatever when you actually drink, correct? And it's not just alcoholism. It's any substance abuse. For some people, it's cigarettes. For some people, it's weed. For some people, it's other kinds of drugs. For some people, it's eating, actually. But it's an addiction, correct? If you're an alcoholic, it means that you rely on this every single day. It has to be part of your routine. It has to be something that you run back to, right? Okay. Usually when you think alcoholism, you think someone has it out of control. They can't stop, right? I will tell you, there were times in my life when this was absolutely the case. There was times during the 2000s and there were times during the 2010s when this was the case for me, where it was out of control and I was acting in ways that I normally wouldn't because I was under the influence. It was actually hurting my lifestyle, my body, my relationships with people. Absolutely. I've told you this stuff, right? But what's hilarious about this is that people say, oh my God, wait a minute, but you were an alcoholic. You're drinking? Yes, because in life, it's not absolutes. Do you get it? In life, it's about moderation and doing things responsibly. Maybe in the past, I admit I've had substance abuse issues with alcohol. I've told you all about it publicly. I've admitted it. It's been something intimate that I've opened up about, right? That doesn't mean that today, if I drink 2 White Claws on a driving stream and I get a little bit of a buzz and we're having fun, that now I've become an alcoholic. If you think that, you're actually a fucking retard, all right? I want you to understand that. If you actually think that because someone who has problems in the past is having 1 or 2 casual drinks in a controlled, responsible environment and having fun with an audience that they're an alcoholic, you're actually a fucking moron. And no one can help you because you actually think life is black and white. It's either you're an alcoholic or you are fucking teetotaler, straight edge. That's not how life works. Okay? So when you send me a super chat like that and you say one of the most dumb fucking things I've ever heard, I laugh at how dumb and ignorant you are. All right? I'm an responsible adult. I'm not drinking and then driving. I'm not drinking myself into a stupor every night and acting a fool. Okay? What you're saying doesn't exist. A responsible adult has the ability to have a drink or two every once in a while and have fun, particularly if it's enhancing the experience of a stream. You guys said me doing this when I'm doing the driving streams is kind of fun because I get buzzed and, we have fun conversation. It actually makes the driving more difficult and you can see, having, fender benders and stuff in the games. It's funny, right? So could you be dumber? No, I don't think so. I actually think that if you think that because I have a couple drinks on a driving stream that I'm an alcoholic, you're actually a fucking idiot. And you actually need help. You need help. Not me. You're the one who needs fucking help. Okay? Now, marathons, like I said, definitely interesting because sometimes I end up drinking way too much, I admit, and other times there's almost nothing. It really depends on levels of support and stuff. All right? So, and that's directly dependent on something. I told you guys during marathons, I have to pace myself. I will not go crazy and drink way too much. That did happen during my birthday marathon because I didn't understand how strong that moonshine was. Oh, God. I legit drank too much and I got sick, right? That next day, I couldn't even come to stream on time. That's a situation where, yeah, things got out of hand. I adjusted. If you haven't noticed, that hasn't happened again. I'm not really doing that stuff anymore. I'm probably not going to be drinking. And that's directly dependent on something. I told you guys during marathons, I have to pace myself. I will not go crazy and drink way too much. That did happen during my birthday marathon because I didn't understand how strong that moonshine was. Oh, God. I legit drank too much and I got sick, right? That next day, I couldn't even come to stream on time. That's a situation where, yeah, things got out of hand. I adjusted. If you haven't noticed, that hasn't happened again. I'm not really doing that stuff anymore. I'm probably not going to be drinking moonshine. That's crazy. It's too strong, right? So, yeah, it's that simple. It's not a big deal. Idiots making shit up like, oh, you drink every time on your day off. No, I don't. How would you even fucking know that? Are you in my house staring at me? Do you have fucking security cameras watching my behavior? What are you talking about? Because you live in a detractor world and you're an obsessed lunatic doesn't mean you know anything about me. You're a fucking idiot. Obsessed lunatic doesn't mean you know anything about me. You're a fucking idiot. So thanks for the $5, you complete fucking moron. I hope you've now been publicly humiliated enough. Okay. Let's continue, shall we? Chris did a £2 super chat and says, hey, Phil, here's a little bit to help. Thank you, Chris. Hello Voltage with a $2 super chat. I'm a recovering pickle-holic. There you go. So there you go. Let me ask you a question. Just because I had problems with addiction to pickles in my youth, all right, does that mean that I cannot eat the Grillo's pickle menu on Monday when we hit the goal and we do this DSP tries at Sonic? I don't understand what you're saying. It almost sounds like you're an idiot. Okay. Shout out to J. Rod.